So I've done some research about the bitJob project, and I've already seen that it's been featured in the media and in the internet as well. But still, I would like to hear from you. What is your project about? What's the main idea and the philosophy behind the bitJob?
Okay, so hi, first of all, nice to meet you. We are actually now in London for the World Blockchain Forum. It's like a big convention, so we've done a lot of interviews today as well for the local media. bitJob is it's a student marketplace. It's a place that connects students and big employers, professional employers, for short-term and online jobs. So if you think about Fiverr or freelance.com or any other online jobs marketplace for freelancers, we are doing it just for students, like designated for the studential community all around the world. So they can work, earn money, and gain occupational experience during their college years.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and so how does it work technically? A student registers on the platform, and what's next?
Yeah, so the student just register himself. All the registration, verification of the student ID is done on the blockchain. This is one of our features. Later on, he can just place his degree and profession, the courses he's taking, the seminars, and what kind of jobs he wants, right? What segment. So then I will just offer him professional jobs from real employers. So for example, if you're a student that knows how to code, if you learn computer science, so you can do some QA for me, you can do some coding, write some JavaScript, and if you're a designer, you can create a logo, you can do Excel sheets, you can do analysis, whatever you know, you can use your skill set and do short-term jobs for professional startups and companies.
Okay, but why then do you need specifically the blockchain technology for this?
Okay, so that's a great question. We get it a lot. So we are going to produce the STU token, the student code token. And the student token will be integrated in the marketplace in many features. So first of all, this is a hybrid model. So the student can choose if he wants to get paid by fiat money, PayPal, dollar, or whatever his currency is, or by our cryptocurrency, the student coin. So in addition to that, we have an affiliate plan. So every student can bring his friend or his union inside the platform and get reward by our STU token, the student coin. In addition to that, we are doing collaborations with businesses around campuses. So in our vision, the student, if he's, for example, an Indian student, can take some jobs, earn student coins, and travel to Canada and use the student coin over there, because we will do some collaborations with online merchants and vendors. So you can buy a beer with student coin, and you can maybe book a flight with my student coin. So the bitJob token is in our vision will be the global studential currency. So they can collaborate everywhere in the world with this currency.
Okay, that's really an interesting idea, and I understand that you want to make it universal.
Yeah.
I've heard that the beta version of the project is already working. Is that right?
Yes.
And what are the results like? What's the status of that at the moment?
Okay, so we only have it's like even some kind of a POC, but it's an initial alpha. It's going to be the official alpha soon after the ICO will be over, because we still have 3 weeks for the ICO. We'll talk about that in a minute. But so we did build an alpha. You can test it on our site. There's a button, test the pilot, and join the alpha testers. So in that alpha, you can see how the marketplace will look like, but it's just to give you like the first feeling, of course. It's not the final UI. And we already developed some of the features. So for example, we have like a ranking and reputation feature, same as eBay or Amazon. Same here, we're going to do that on the blockchain. So that's already running on the testnet of the Ethereum blockchain. So you can rank each other. So in our vision, in bitJob Marketplace, the employer can rank you as a student, and you can get like 5 stars of ranks and top-rated student, same as the top-rated seller or other marketplaces. And you can rank as a student, you can rank the employer back if he paid you on time, if he treats you right. So in this way, I'm creating like an ecosystem that everybody is getting ranked, so you know who you're going to work with. And this is completely developed on the blockchain, and it's working on the pilot already. So many students around the world are with us already. We signed partnerships with many universities, so we have a lot of testers already. So yeah, we are getting great feedback. Great feedback.
Good. So as I understood, you had already managed to raise around $400,000
well, more than that actually, yeah. But
yeah. I mean, I just wondered if what was the exact sum that you managed to raise, and like how did it help you, and how actually did you manage to do this?
Okay, so my team and myself, I'm the CEO and co-founder, but I have 3 other co-founders, so we are 4. Well, just a second about us. We are entrepreneurs for years now, but this is the first like major project we are doing in the blockchain space. We've been in this space for many years now, but we didn't bought enough bitcoins back in the days, unfortunately. But now we are developing this on the Ethereum blockchain, and for the past year and a half, we've been working very hard for this ICO. So this campaign started just it started on September 12th, and we had a pre-sale already, a successful one as well. So we raised 6,000 Ethers till now. We have the Ethereum wallet on the website. Everything is transparent, obviously. It's around $1.7 million till now, and we have 18 days left. So we are closing the ICO in October 13. So enough time still to make it a bigger project and a bigger contribution, because as many funds as we are going to raise, this is how fast we are going to expand globally. And how we've done that? Well, hard work, grinding it every day, every night for the past year and a half. So it's a real business with 20 team members, and there are community managers, developers, amazing community that supports us. In our Telegram, we have almost 2,000 people, thousands of people follow us on Twitter. So like the community is amazing, and this is the reason why we raised this decent amount of money without any VC or big investors. If you see the transactions in the Ethereum wallet, it's all a really small transaction. So the students themselves are supporting us because they see the value of the project.
Okay, so you mean that there really was no support before from big investment funds?
Yeah, exactly. And this is obviously transparent on the blockchain. The ledger, you can see it. It's pretty amazing. People are telling us how usually it is this time in the industry to raise almost $2 million, and without any VC or big like whale, as they call it. And we are very proud of it because we traveled all around the world for the past year and a half. We've been to Europe and the United States and India and everywhere we could in order to bring universities inside and unions and Bitcoin clubs. So we really worked hard to build this network. This is why we're in London right now, just to expand this network. So, for example, we have the Berkeley University with us. We have Michigan. We have the Bitcoin Club of the University in Florida. We made a partnership with the Dutch government in the Netherlands. We have that on our YouTube channel, so everybody can, whoever see us now, they can go to our YouTube channel and see like a docu-film we filmed in the Dutch government officials. We presented the project to them and we partnered with them because they will help us deploy the pilot in the Netherlands universities. So it's a really massive network that we are building, and hopefully it will get bigger because every institute that jumps in the network will mean it will be bigger, and the students can have much more value to the token and to the network itself. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I understood that you are an Israel-based company, but where do you get the most response from? Like, what are the key countries who are interested in this project so far?
Okay, so I will just give you an example. In India alone, you have 250 million students. That's crazy number because they have more than 1.3 billion people. So 250 million students desperate for jobs, right? Everybody, even in Israel, obviously we have partnered with the local union. But uh, when I was a student 12 years ago, I was waitering, bartending, all those things that are not providing any benefit to your skill set. I'm sure you as a student, everybody as a student has like a magnificent skill set they can use. So, for example, in Canada, we have a very big community. Obviously, in the United States, a lot of countries, states, I mean, in the US are joining because they see the value in the States is huge. It's a huge community of students. In Europe, in Western Europe, as I said, in the Netherlands, by the way, in Poland as well, we are going to visit Poland soon and present that to their officials as well. So we are trying to partner with governments, not hiding from the regulation, because we believe that if you do that right, they can see the actual value blockchain can give their communities and citizens. And who don't want to support students, right, all over the world?
Okay, so
sorry, in Asia as well, of course. This is in our development plan in the site. So Asia, China, and South Korea is amazing community that support us. So yeah, that's also the direction in Asia.
Yeah, okay. That was actually my next question. Like, what are the plans? Because you've raised a significant sum. Like, what you're going to do?
So, for example, I'm talking to a lot of people, obviously, even in Russia here, a lot of Russian representatives here in the convention as well, and they are saying this is amazing. If you come to Moscow and present bitJob to one of the universities, everybody just want to join in. And so we need to think if we take those 2 million, hopefully it will be much bigger because we're still just in the middle of the way of the ICO. So we have like 17 days left. So hopefully if we get to double that or even to get to $3 or $4 million, I need to choose the right market to penetrate and the right place for the initial pilot. So it can be in a place like the Netherlands, who already partnered with me from the top, right, from the government, because they will help me deploy the pilot. But anywhere else that we have like a bigger support, we will start with that. Also in Israel, of course, because we know the local universities. We can start with Israel, with Eastern Europe, Poland, Netherlands, United States, Russia, obviously. We're going to visit Moscow soon. So a lot of things are happening all around the world, but we need to decide which markets are the right one for us with our initial budget, because we need to manage it correctly.
Yeah, but I can imagine that it's a great job to, to localize the business, to make all the translations, and to build the platform for each country. And how are you going to manage that? Like,
yeah, you are correct. I started doing that right now for our website. So that was pretty hard because we have like I think 8 or 9 different languages in the site. So I needed to gather many supporters from our countries, which I know supports us, like Germany and Spain and Russia. Obviously, this is our biggest second supporter in Russia. So it's a huge market. So we got a white paper, our presentation, our site, everything is in Russian, for example, and this is on the site. We have like duplication of our site. So obviously I will need to do that for the marketplace itself. After the crowdfunding will be over, I would just need to focus on 3 or 4 biggest languages to cover as many people as I can. But yeah, it won't be for 20 countries at the beginning, but for sure it will be for the biggest countries I want to penetrate. And yeah, we have teams for that. Oops, sorry.
It's okay.
We have teams for that. Sorry, I will just turn the light on. Okay, better?
Yeah, sure.
So we have teams for that. We have a massive community on Telegram for each country, for example. So I have hundreds of people in Korea, in Brazil, in Russia. Like each Telegram group had its own supporters. So people are just asking to assist us, honestly, and they get paid by a student coin. Student themselves, they want to translate the materials, the website, the pilot, because they want us to penetrate their own market. So yeah, we have an amazing community. So hopefully it will get to as many countries as I can fast.
Okay, so I understood that you're really having an interesting marketing and PR campaign, as far as you just said. Can you just maybe specify like the tools and instruments you're using to promote the project, apart from working with the government and with universities and with students themselves, like practical tips and advice for people who launch an ICO?
So I think, that's a good question, because this market is so full of people trying to sell you stuff all the time. I'm getting dozens of emails every day from all kind of commercial services. They think they know how to manage the ICO, and they offer you all kind of services for 10 Bitcoin. So, it's like, you got to know who you're dealing with. You got to make your due diligence of your providers. And if you have recommendations, go for it, because you got to have people that were recommended and referred to you by other ICOs. That's important. So I'm doing basically everything, but I'm doing banners, I'm doing Google ads, I'm doing Facebook ads to boost that as well. But I think like everybody can do that, right? Money buys that. But I think the best thing and the best advice I can give other projects is just to engage with your community. It works better than any other banner. Okay, just to like write articles all of the time, every day, like twice a week. Write articles about your project, about your advisors, about your plans, your business plan. How are you going to penetrate the markets after the ICO is done? So people like to read about you. Be present in your groups. Like if you have, for example, 2,000 people in your group, don't let like any other managers do that and go travel the world, right? You need to be there. You need to write. I'm answering emails all day long, and to be honest, this gives the best effect in terms of PR and marketing. But it really depends on your budget, because other projects are spending. I'm honestly, I know a lot of other founders of other ICOs, also the biggest ones, and some project told me they spent like $800,000 for marketing because they want to raise 20, 30, 40 million. So it really depends on your budget. We're a small project, yes, but we get everything we have from home. That's our own funds, no VCs, as I said. And with a small project, you can do that with 100,000 for a period of a year, but you need to manage that wisely. Don't just spend ethers or bitcoins for everyone that's telling you that you can run your marketing, right? Listing size works pretty well as well, because eventually, if you do analysis with some listing size, people see that and they read about you and the team. They take decisions on what to invest based on that. So, the advice is engage your community more than you spend on your ads, right? This is the bottom line. This is how to attract the contributors at the end of the day.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Like you need to like tell the story instead of selling an ad. You're absolutely right.
Exactly. People need to see you. You need to be present. We are traveling. We really like to see our investors and talk to the people, explain about our project, telling them why they need to contribute to bitJob. You know, there's so many other projects running this time, and sharing the vision. That's the bottom line.
Yes, and this is why we featured you in the ICO of the week, and yeah, so
Thank you.
you're in the right direction. And I
Thank you
guess
so much.
you're welcome. And I guess just the last question, since we've started to speak about other projects, like maybe you can just name the 3 key features that make you different from others, and from first of all from the main competitors, like
Okay.
if you have competitors on the market or not.
Yeah. So we do, but you know, many telling us beside the blockchain, because we don't have many projects that are doing jobs and employment markets in the blockchain. Well, you have Bank, which is an amazing HR project for employment, and other freelancers website. But if you know Fiverr and Upwork, like mainstream websites, we are we are different from all of them because we are designated for students. The students, it's not just jobs, and it's like a real network. It's a real place that students can collaborate with employers and vote and work and get paid by cryptocurrency. We want to educate them to use the blockchain. So it's a complete vision for for studential currency globally. And this is something that does not exist today. And if you think of HR firms, part of our affiliate plan is to pay HR firms without currency, without token, and they can supply jobs. And this is like a marketing strategy in order to penetrate other countries. So we are in contact with many HR firms to supply jobs from professional employers. And you know, students just can't get to any other competitor these days. If they jump into Fiverr, they can't find anything for students. It got ruled by professional freelancers, you know. So this is why we chose this market. It's a designated marketplace, and there's nothing like that. Honestly, you can check it out. Nothing, no employment marketplace designated for students. For sure, not on the blockchain. And that's it. This is our biggest strength.
Great. It's great to hear that you're unique and that you're the first ones who are doing this. Okay, then.
Thank you.
I just want to wish you great luck in what you're doing, and we hope to hear from you soon. and
thanks, Alina. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
And the ICO is still running. This is the important thing. Go to our website, join the movement, and invest in a social product, a real social product.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.